Good afternoon from Yammy TV. Wishing you all well today, sending you loads of love. As you can see, I'm down by the beach today, in the Seaside, with all the boys, and it's a lovely day, like yesterday. Yes, just to let you know, the big thing, 10, 12 messages with the sponsors. I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible, because yes, I like the feedback coming from there. But a couple of you have said as well that, you know, get somebody who's totally different, blah, blah, blah. But the information that's coming through today is probably the most interesting one of all. And that is, I will be changing my phone number. I have had enough, you know, the first 15 months ever out of jail and going through big clean time, unclean time, trying to get clean so that we can deliver the important messages. But I found over the last 15 months, especially whilst I was down as well, the murky world of YouTube. So we know that I like engaging. We know that we like to have a laugh. You know, especially with the way that I've lived through all that time. I let a lot of people in easy, without even checking anything. You know, they say invite here, press that, and but what I'm actually saying is, I feel really broken-hearted by a couple of people that sadly could make me lose my friendliness and openness just a little bit. You see what I mean? I'm not going to stop the way that I am, right? But, you know, especially with the ladies, because, you know, that I'm single and, you know, I haven't had a lot of experiences in this lifetime with that kind of thing. You know, it's very, you get involved in, you know, what you think about in jail and, you know, the attention and lady and man conversations, which I've never really been used to be honest, as you can imagine. But yeah, it's true to say that I do like ladies. Yeah, but I didn't say on my license conditions, especially when I were finishing, that I weren't allowed to have a couple of partners or whatever. So for this, what I'm trying to say, right, is to get voice notes and come and yeah, I love you, especially downtime as well. You know, when you're not proper well. Not saying that I'm making excuses for some of the things that was, but everyone's saying to me, but you haven't said anything, Yammy. But for me, the feelings of someone wanting to use something that I've said when you're the one asking me, Yammy, can you come do this to me and all that to me, you know. Some even suggested, you know, and I said, yeah, I'll come down here, and I come down, I never got to. But a couple of times, you do, you know, that's the whole point, not the whole point, but it's still a learning curve for me. Why should I have to go without female attention if that's what, you know, I liked? But, I like, but, you know, sorry, yeah. So, and what it's done to me is kind of put me off, you know, trying to get involved. I know now that I wasn't ready for any relationships anyway, which I told most anyway. Just to let you know, I haven't been with that many, if you get what I mean. But I was really hurt, man, that they could turn it around on you instead of you said that. But it was you. So you're saying to me, oh, but you said, I'm thinking, but you were the one that said whatever, you know. So I'm not going to go into it. I don't want to go into it, you know. And men coming on there talking, pretending to be someone else, and I had to learn all that too, you know, that, yeah, I'm here, what about him, what about that, and what about this? And then I called someone else a bacon, and I called someone else this, and I called someone else that, you know, when you're out here. Anyway, I don't take none of that back, to be honest. I don't really care. You know me already, I'll tell you to your face. That's me. You know, if you ask me, did I say that, and did I mean it? But if I say something that I didn't mean, you know, that the things that change your character a little bit. But no, I'm not looking at no relationship right now, so I closed the door on that. When you come on my WhatsApp at once, my angels, some beautiful ones, trust me, they're friends, that kind of stuff, and forever at the time, and geezers as well, of course. Been with you all that time, you stay with me, because that's how it's been, that's how it's always been. But some, you know, unless you're coming for help, advice, and work purposes, you know, that kind of thing. But I'm not going to get into all that kind of that stuff again. Like, the cleaner I got, unless, you know, like, because you don't want to, I don't want to go, oh, yeah, I love it, and then, but I've been told now that Samson don't keep using words like darling, baby, and I love you, and everything gets misconstrued. But of course, you know, my dictionary and your dictionary were taught differently, and now I seem to get what you all mean. But emotional blackmail and trying that with me, no, I have not committed, no. And, you know, like I said already, no one ever said that I wasn't allowed to sleep with someone. Why not? You know, it's not going to be like that no more, because I understand the importance. But even if you make yourself clear, sometimes everybody could switch it round and then say they want more, and, you know, the phone calls start pinging in, and the emotional stuff that everybody, like all of us, go through. But what I'm saying is I won't be able to keep answering all the time, which I've got a respectful most of my WhatsApp, because now I've got to deliver. You know, now that I'm getting weller and weller by the day, my work's got to be my first priority, and I've got to set aside the organisations and that kind of stuff. Remember, for 3 months I've been homeless, you know, basically carried off on a stretcher by some of my followers, and that will always be true, and that remains true, and I love you dearly. So the other thing, what was it again? Squeaky McCann. You know, once I get settled, a flat might be on its way. Keep you posted on that as well. I'm going to have a big invite soon where we can all meet up, and if some of you are nearby and everything, I know that already that I'm going to have some meetings, some meetups with some of my followers with their husbands, families and whatnot, which I've done already a couple of times, and experiencing, you know, the way people live their lives. It's actually prepared me for when I live alone, that stuff that you have to do, that it showed you, because my energy, I realise I've done so much isolation time, and I never thought I could live alone, but you know what, I'm beginning to think, you know, that a lot of more work gets done when you're the background noise, the spinal condition, you know, like all the things, answering the phone all the time, no work gets done, and now the stability is coming, I will be delivering what I told you. And I've been waiting for this moment for quite some time, but I'm just glad it's coming to an end. So sorry that I have to lock some of you out. You know, I can't. I think the cleaner my head got is some of the questions that get asked. You know, what about him? What about them? How's he? And da-da-da-da-da. You know, like, you know, so that you can go, yeah. He said that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Come on, get alive, really. You know, not that, you're saying, Samson, I want you to come down and do this to me and that to me, and I say, well, how would you? And I say, yeah, I wouldn't mind experiencing that. What about if I do it? Talk to me like that and talk to me like this. I find it funny now. Oh God! But you're thinking, look, he said this and he said that. Don't make me laugh. You know, I wanted to stay engaged with everyone and all that. Sadly, you put up blockers on some of those things. I was heartbroken the other day when I found out a couple of things. I thought, yeah. And people warned me. They warned me, my nephew too, and Tone and Dave and all that. They said, Yammy, you've got, but my fingers. Sometimes, not the fingers, I mean with the axe thing, like kind of thing. Like, well, I can't use my hands sometimes to type. So I do voice notes quickly, and I don't like to leave no one hanging at the other end. You know, when important messages are coming through and I see it, and I feel a bit guilty about not being able to answer, and then it becomes 10, 15 non-stop. But it's humanly impossible for me to do that with 100, 500 people daily without getting any work done, I'm afraid. But, you know, let me live my journey. Let me have a go. You know, let me have a little bit, you know, I want my mind tight to a little bit of fun as well. You know what I mean? Why has it always got to be using? But I don't understand. Some are unwell, like me, mentally not right, you know, in some areas, some suffering from addictions as well, you know, especially with the past life, especially with someone. But I understand all that. But please give me a chance to give back properly to everyone. So all those that have always been true to me, you know, you'll always be in touch with me because I feel safe there. All right, so let me go and get the big man's phone. Where is he? Sorry. Excuse me, love. Excuse me, miss. Can I have the boys' the phone and the charger, please? Yeah, sorry, love. Yeah. Excuse. They're all sitting down there, and the rest are coming in a minute. But yeah, sad, harsh realities of life I've had to go through. But you know, how honest and open can I be? And I always want to be as open, as honest as possible. Cheers, son. So thank you very much. Will I be able to bring mine back later?
I don't know, mate.
Oh, right. Well, ain't I big enough? Yeah, good. All right, I'll see you soon, all right? All right, send in love.